everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic we're going to be kind of diving into patience, what it means to be patient, and how to wait on the Lord. A topic of patience kind of seems easy and obvious, but honestly, I know how much I struggle with it, and it's definitely not the easiest thing to do, especially because usually we're always in a season of waiting. We're always waiting on or for something. But I've just been dealing with this a lot lately, and I just thought it would be a really good thing to talk about, and what it looks like to wait on God, and how to get through a season of waiting, and some good steps to take in those times of the unknown, and when you're just kind of like, God, I'm waiting, where are you? Are you gonna come and get me? Are you gonna do something? So yeah, I just thought it would be a good thing to talk about. So I kind of started thinking about this when throughout this whole school year, I've been constantly oh, I can't wait till I'm done with school. I can't wait till I'm done with college. I can't wait till I'm done with classes. I can't wait just for all this homework and stress of school and what I'm gonna do for a career to be over. And I've just been wishing it away, and it's been really hard for me to live in the now and to really find the beauty in today. And it kind of convicted me, because I just remember being in high school and always being oh, I can't wait for college. I can't wait for college. When can I go? Why is high school taking forever? And I was like, wow, I'm at this stage in my life that I waited so long for. And now that I'm here, I'm constantly wishing for tomorrow, and it's not even promised to me. And I was just like, wow, I'm really not going about my day with a perspective worthwhile, and one that's going to, just benefit me and allow me to see each day as the beautiful opportunity that it is to do something greater. So yeah, I just thought I really need to change my perspective. I really need to see what it means to wait on God and how I can be better about that. So, and of course, in a lot of other areas of my life, I've had to stay waiting. For example, I know, you might be thinking, oh, I can't wait till I'm done with this job. I can't wait till I'm done with high school. I can't wait for the next phase in my life. I can't wait to be financially stable. I can't wait to find out who I'm gonna marry. I can't wait to find out what my purpose and my gifts are. And something that I've come to learn is any great work that God does isn't one that comes quickly, and it isn't one that's handed to us in order to wait on God. When we're waiting on Him, as long as we're waiting, He is working on something. I don't know what it is. I don't know how big the work is. I don't know what that work looks like. But works in us that take time can be something as small as just learning to be a better listener, or learning how to be a leader for your family, or learning how to set a greater example for other Christ followers on what it means to live your life for Jesus. And it just kind of reminded me that these little days that I'm wishing away are great opportunities for me to be learning and growing, and to be positively affecting someone else. And the more I'm wishing these away, the more opportunities I'm losing to have those experiences. But I was kind of just doing some research, and it says to wait, the theme of patience, or to wait on something, is mentioned in the Bible over 100 times. It's constantly mentioned, wait on the Lord, rest in the Lord, just being patient. And it kind of reminded me, I was like, wow, it brought me back to the verse, love is patient, love is kind, so on and so forth. And it's that God, the biggest theme, the first thing that's mentioned about God's perfect love is patience. God does these things that take a longer period of time out of His love for us. It's and how many times has God been patient with us when He's probably been waiting for us to turn back to Him? There's been so many times when I know I've turned away from God, or I didn't even come to know Christ until 18 years into my life, and that whole time God was waiting for me. And for other people, their testimony is, you know, living for Jesus way later in their lives, like 50, 60 plus, and God waited that whole time. And I just think if God can wait on me so much, like when I'm waiting on him, it's just because he's doing something for me out of love. And when God has been patient with me all these years, it's because his love is perfect, and the perfect love requires an extreme amount of patience. So when we're waiting on God, think about it like, God, I'm waiting, and I feel like I've been waiting, and I don't really feel you this season, and I don't see where you're going with this. I don't really see your purpose in this, but if anything, this is teaching me to love better because I'm learning to be more patient. And when you start seeing things a little differently like that, like, okay, in this season of waiting, I might not have the perfect job, or I might not have the perfect relationship, or I might not have these things. I'm waiting for them, and I'm wanting these things to fit right in my life. But in those times when you're waiting, just think about the little works that are coming of this, because it is a greater work he's working on. But in between that, he's preparing you, and he's allowing you to become prepared for what he has. And I was just thinking, like, in order for me, like, to be done with school, or like to get out of this time, like, God's preparing me for whatever he has waiting for me after. So I'm becoming maybe more diligent. I am becoming more like of an encourager to other people. I'm working on how to motivate others, and I'm learning how to just stand firm and like wait on the Lord, and to just pray, and to constantly redirect my focus. Like, all right, I'm not going to look at this because I'm focusing on God. And when I'm focused on him, nothing else matters. I can't see anything else. I'm not distracted. Like, when you're waiting on a bigger work, he is fine-tuning and just trimming away things about you that are making us prepared for what is ahead. So I guess my theme that is kind of talking about patience is just, it's mostly because if something isn't in our life yet, we're not ready for it. We're not going to be presented with something in our lives that, like, God wants us to succeed, and he wants us to live a fulfilled and purposeful life. And he's not going to give us this great opportunity if we can't live it out the way he intended us to. So I guess my biggest piece of advice is, during this season of waiting for you, that instead of looking at all the negatives and all the heartache that comes with waiting, just think about where you were a month ago, or 6 months ago, or a year or 2 years ago, and just think of all the things that you've waited for that God remained faithful in, and how much you have changed as a person, as a Christ follower, as a friend, as a daughter, son, husband, wife, whatever it is, during that season of waiting, because it is essential. And it might not seem like it seems insignificant, but it's a piece of your testimony, it's a piece of your story. So I just think that it was really important to talk about. Each day just has that purpose, and I know we all kind of need this sense of encouragement to kind of have a focused, narrow mindset on the Lord, just being really diligent and not letting anything in it, just keeping your blinders on and being like, God, I'm looking to you, and none of this makes sense. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know how much longer I have to wait, but I'm going to do it, Lord, because of all the times that you've waited for me. And if you can be patient for me and continue to be patient for me, then me being patient on you is going to allow me to love more like you do, God. So I just pray that for everybody who watches this video today, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that kind of gave you a little bit of Monday motivation. So